Hello everyone and welcome to the first devlog for Pixel Planet on the 15th of March 2019. So, uh, very quickly, since the first one, explain quickly what Pixel Planet is. Pixel Planet is the newest game from Amod Interactive. We've got the Kickstarter going on for it currently, right now, if you want to check that out. And this will also be linked on the Kickstarter page itself. It is a game takes quite a lot of inspiration from WarioWare in terms of it is a micro game collection. However, we've sort of taken the sort of space theme to it and using that as a sort of way to also get physics involved in quite a lot of the micro games. So we're going to have changing physics, which is going to affect the sort of difficulty levels of the micro games as you go through. And we're also gonna have like some sort of roguelike-ish elements to this game, where going through the sort of like main game mode, you'll have to clear a certain amount of mini games to unlock a boss, which will then beat the boss. You then go to the next planet and go to unlock new mini games, etc. However, if you fail enough times, then you get sent back to the start, much like sort of roguelike style of progression. Anyway, right now I'll show what we've been working on the first sort of week and a half, 2 weeks of the development cycle. So, yeah, we're working in Unity right now, and sort of they're very technical. I'll do technical stuff out of the way really quick because a lot of people probably don't care. As we're building up the mini games right now with a sort of base class for each mini game, which gets inherited from which holds sort of a set of standardized rules and variables for which all the mini games use, and then each other mini game has its own sort of scene and scripts created for it. So I'm going to go through quickly and show off the 7 mini games we currently have developed throughout this past week, which is more than we had up for the demo, and these have been redesigned more behind the scenes and less in front of the scenes than the builds we submitted for the demo. So unfortunately, you probably hear some keyboard noises here, for instance. And then it's going to take you straight into the next one because the way it's looping right now, but I want to just quickly do like a demonstration of this. So, see, we've got interface working and button prompts, etc. Timer, score, and a live system. How this minigame works is, I don't know how much I'll explain all the minigames down the line because we're going to have a lot. But this one's pretty simple in terms of, yeah, you just have to escape the rising lava and try, and the faster you do it, the more points you get. However, as in, because of the way physics is being involved in this, we're going to make it so that eventually the force of gravity is stronger. You get to mash a lot harder to escape. Minigame 2 is again sort of involves a jumping one. This is very low gravity right now. All you're gonna do is avoid the bomb, which walks across the screen. If you touch the bomb, then boost life for the mini game. If you succeed, then you get like max points for surviving the mini game. Is it like right now? There's some low gravity settings, so yeah, it's very jump over the bomb you see there, but that's not going to remain the case. This is a platforming one, just about jumping across multiple platforms, touching the flag. The game is also a lot of these assets are work in progress, or not necessarily work in progress, but for instance, now like we've got this sort of spacey background. We're getting a lot of variation on this, so that the backgrounds will alternate either by planet or just by mini games, so there will be sort of more background variety, because right now it's just the sort of stars things, we need something there. But that will be changing throughout it. Next mini game 4 is, and it's really hard to show, look at this so tiny because again, very aware inspiration micro games. You just got to land the ship together there and then take off. If you miss a piece, then you fail the mini game. A as well, because there's hooks involved. You could potentially land it on there and then it will slip off after the fact, and then you just have to have it on the pillar at the end of the countdown. Minigame 5 is a target shooting minigame. I haven't actually given this a go properly yet. So that fire in the middle turns where you shoot the arrow. Obviously you got to hit the target. And the marker of the target, the 1 point you'll get. And this will also, again, when the physics change, that will be faster. Minigame 6 is Tetris inspired. So it ends very quickly because there isn't a like well done screen or anything implemented just yet. There we go. I'll mess up this one. So that's a bit longer. You have a very limited time to try and complete a Tetris puzzle. I had an interesting issue there where we seemed to finish the minigame at the after time finished. We got a minus score. Interesting. Okay. Fun to discover bugs during the devlog. The scoring system, how we're trying to get it to work, is it's going to be sort of universal, so it's based on a sort of percentage of the time it takes in the minigame, because the minigames can then be different lengths, but the sort of scoring system will be fair. Should be useful for when you've got like the sort of score attack game modes being played. But yeah, so there's quite a few different variations to this puzzle. Once you hit the ground, you can no longer move the piece left and right, but you can still get away with rotating it if you're just a little bit off. There's quite a few different variations to the Tetris game. One thing that is on the screen, which we're not 100% sure on yet, and it'd be nice to get some feedback from the like anyone watching this for this, because WarioWare is generally quite vague of what you have to do in the mini games. So giving like a 1 or 2, like 1 word, 2 words, if that, and like no really button prompts. We're being a little more literal here with a lot of these in terms of we're explaining it quite like obviously what it is you need to do. I'm wondering if people want us to keep that, or if we should make it more vague as time goes on, just so you get the mini games a bit more sort of confusion the first time you play it, or if people would just find that frustrating. So I'd like to hear some sort of feedback for that. And for now, minigame 7, last one we have in here. Press spacebar to launch. It's a timing thing, so don't just press spacebar right away like that. Blow up. And pretty sure that's fine. Yeah, so those are the sort of 7 micro games in right now that very short, simple things, yes, but I mean, it's going to be a big collection by the end. Aiming for 100 games, sort of lowest benchmark, I guess, for going towards release. Hopefully get some more than just that in there as well. So we're going to go ahead and sort of do a little demonstration, I guess, running from the main menu, which is mostly implemented now. We're missing out a lot of the game modes and other sort of options, etc. But you can, the main menu is sort of there as like a place on. I can get in there and go ahead and play. So I'm just gonna play through here until I start losing some lives. And so how it would go down is after you clear some avenue games, you go to a new planet, changes up how a lot of the things look, and changes up the physics. So right now that is lacking from the game, so everything's on like the sort of easiest level by default. So I didn't show this fail state off before. So fail. Drop down there, yeah. I'll fail it this time though. Oh, same again. So about changing up the physics, it's sort of get into like a rhythm. So that will be someone's sort of comes in, increasing the That actually was the first not intentional failure. Got the game over screen, which comes up. And we've got scores being saved. And this is mostly a placeholder right now. But to give an example of it, we got like some sort of basic UI elements in there as well programmed right now. We also have a lot more assets that are being worked on, like sort of right now for future use. I'll bring up a couple on screen. For instance, we've got here, like now one of the enemy types from one of the other mini games being worked on. If now a couple of monsters on here, so they show another one off. Don't show off everything that's being done yet. But yeah, a slime monster as well. Friends animation being worked on. Also, there's going to be character select screen and all that as well, which is obviously not implemented yet, so there's going to be a lot more to the menus than currently we have there. Yeah, across. There you go. Watermarked, but yeah, so the ship designs, couple ship designs we're working on for the boss fight mini games. A lot of really nice looking pixel art, so happy with how that's coming up. Yeah, it's something I wanted to show you, and I guess I'll talk briefly. This is what we're sort of going into next. So, so next week of development, and we're having our devlog to sort of show progress on it. The ideal things is more micro games will be being worked on constantly, so hoping to have some more of those to show off. But also hoping to next week get to work on the whole planet changing aspect. So, hopefully we'll get some of the visual changes in, and as well as that, some of the physics changes in. So, we can sort of start showing off the escalation of the like more difficult planets essentially coming in. So hopefully throughout the next week that will be done, and we can show you that. So thank you, and please check out the Kickstarter that's currently still running. And I'll see you next week. It's been Don Hetherington from Unbound Interactive.